What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of
My Reef Tank.
Alright, on today's episode, we're going to do a spotlight video on clownfish. This is my son, Sean, and he's got some tips and facts for you guys. For this tank, our first inhabitants to be added to the aquarium after the nitrogen cycle was completed were some clownfish picked out by Sean. What kind of clownfish we got in this tank, Sean?
Ocellaris.
Awesome. And what movie is famous for having Ocellaris clownfish?
Finding Nemo.
Yep, definitely. And after that movie came out, it made people all want Ocellaris clowns in their tanks. So luckily, most Ocellaris clowns are tank bred, not taken from the wild, which really helps with thriving in a home and aquarium. They're used to being in a tank. They don't need an anemone. They can just dwell in there on their own and thrive. So like I mentioned, clownfish like anemones, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the benefit of clownfish and an anemone? Symbiotic relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
So clownfish take care of the anemone. They clean it, make sure there's no food. Host it. And the whole reason for hosting it is protection for the clownfish.
Mm-hmm.
So the anemone can sting any kind of predators, so it's a nice safe home for clownfish. And the clownfish develop mucus around their skin, and that protects them from the anemone, so it becomes a nice little home for them. So, Sean, when clownfish are born,
Mm-hmm.
are they male or female?
Male.
All of them?
Yeah.
Yes. Every clownfish is born male. And how do they decide who's going to be the female for the group or the harem?
The biggest one changes sex to the female.
Awesome. Can it change sex back?
No.
Correct. It will stay female. And the second biggest male will become her mate.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the rest of the clownfish will stay male. In the future, if the female clownfish passes away, the mate male will change sex to female, and then the next biggest male clownfish becomes their mate. So it's something that they've developed over evolution, over many years, to make sure that they always are able to reproduce in the aquarium or in the reef. What else do we know about clownfish?
They have vibrant colors.
Yep, and there's different kinds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even with Ocellaris and the Percula, there's a lot of different, let's say, designer clownfish that people have bred, pairing different clownfish together and just...
Giving them random names.
Yep, like storm clowns, snowflake clowns, onyx clowns, gladiator clowns. A lot of different designs. I'll put some on the screen, I'll let you guys see them. There's also different species of clownfish. You got tomatoes, you got skunks, you have saddlebacks, clarkie. Also, there's maroon clowns. Maroon clowns are the most aggressive, very territorial, and they are best kept just maroons in the aquarium. Sometimes with Ocellaris clowns, they're mostly tank bred, so they're not from the wild. They don't know that they, really need to have a symbiotic relationship with the anemone. So sometimes they'll, just be on their own. There's different ways you can get them to pair with an anemone. You could try feeding your anemone large meaty foods like shrimp, and that kind of lures the clownfish to go into the anemone and try to eat some of that food, and then realize maybe this is what I need to do. This is pretty cool. I've had it work in the past. Other times, clownfish might try to host Euphyllia coral, or maybe, toadstool leather. I've had that happen in the past. So, mostly with tank-raised clowns, they're not going to show that without you trying to push them a little bit. If it's a wild clown, they're more likely to host an anemone. Things with anemones, though, you don't really want to put them in a reef tank because they can move around. They're not stationary like corals, and they will sting their neighbors. They are best kept in a species-only tank. And that doesn't say you can try it, but you are running the risk of it being able to move around and either go into your wave maker, so you got to make sure to protect them there, or stinging their neighbors and stressing out your corals. Habits you'll see when females are about to lay eggs is you'll start seeing the female clean a spot of rock, even the male assisting. They'll lay a clutch of eggs, and the male's job is to then fertilize the eggs and then take care of them. He makes sure they're clean and healthy throughout the entire process until the eggs hatch. So where did clownfish get their name from? The little weird little dancing pattern that they do when they're swimming. And you can tell, and maybe I'll get some footage to show you guys, that once they're nice and comfortable, they do a nice little wavy, clowny action. Another thing to know about is clownfish are a part of the damsel family, so if you know anything about damsels, they can be aggressive. Clownfish are least likely to be aggressive, especially Ocellaris and Percula, but they will be aggressive towards each other, so you want to make sure to keep a single species in your tank.
I got one.
Okay.
Feeding.
Feeding, okay. What you got?
Feeding.
What do we feed them?
Fish. Food.
Yeah. Clownfish do, especially tank-raised clowns, like flake foods, pellet foods. Mine will also eat mysis shrimp. Pretty simple fish to feed. They like being fed multiple times a day, not just once. Housing 2 clownfish in a 20-gallon aquarium is efficient space for them. They can grow between 2 to 5 inches, with some species like the maroon clown able to reach up to 6 inches. Clownfish can carry Brooklynella disease. You always want to check them out at the shop to make sure they're healthy, and when you take them home, make sure to quarantine them and observe them before putting them into the display tank. All right, Sean, any final thoughts on clownfish?
Clownfish are cool.
Awesome. That's going to do it for this spotlight. If you guys enjoy this content, please smash that like button. Subscribe for more reefing goodness, and as always, happy reefing.